Montana Television Network. This is the noon news from Montana's news leader.
Good afternoon. We're so glad you could start your week here with us. I'm Aja Goare. Our top story this half hour, the House of Representatives gets back to work today. And the biggest item on the agenda this week is consideration of a $4 trillion budget passed in the Senate last week. CBS's Mola Lange explains why President Trump is urging House members to move quickly.
President Trump urged House Republicans on a conference call Sunday to quickly pass the budget bill pushed through the Senate last week so they can move on to tax reform. He told the lawmakers, "We are on the verge of doing something very, very historic."
I call it tax cuts. It is tax reform also, but I call it tax cuts. It'll be the biggest cuts ever in the history of this country.
The White House wants the House to adopt the Senate budget without any changes. But some conservatives may balk at the $1.5 trillion the budget adds to the deficit over the next decade.
It's difficult, I think, to cut spending in Washington. It really, really is.
White House Budget Director Mick Mulvaney says the tax cuts will spur more than enough growth to make up for the increased spending.
The president will make the short trip from the White House to Capitol Hill tomorrow to push Republican senators to support his tax plan.
So far, the president hasn't been able to get enough Republicans behind his legislative priorities, but he says they are hungry for a win.
I think that we're going to have the votes for taxes, and I will say the fact that health care is so difficult, I think makes the taxes easier.
President Trump's daughter and presidential advisor Ivanka Trump will push for tax reform during a town hall outside of Philadelphia this afternoon. Mola Lange, CBS News, the White House.
Democrats say the GOP tax cut plan benefits the wealthiest Americans the most. As President Trump continues to defend his conversation with the widow of a soldier killed in Niger, the woman speaks out for the first time. Maisha Johnson says she was hurt and upset after speaking with President Trump last week. Her husband was one of 4 soldiers killed in an ambush earlier this month. Johnson says the president couldn't even remember her husband's name. The 25-year-old widow confirmed a congresswoman's account that President Trump said her husband knew what he had signed up for. Johnson said she was upset by the president's tone. Here in Montana, the Florence doctor accused of dispensing too many prescription drugs leading to 2 fatal overdoses is on trial today. Dr. Chris Christensen was originally charged with 400 felony charges related to overprescribing, but prosecutors dismissed all but 22 counts. Christensen is charged with negligent homicide for the death of 2 patients, a man in 2012 and another woman in 2013. The Ravalli County Sheriff's Office led a multi-agency raid at Big Creek Family Medicine and Urgent Care in Florence back in the spring of 2014. The jury trial in Hamilton is expected to last until November 20th. Billings police are looking for a suspect who allegedly shot a man in the back. Officers responded to the 900 block of North 19th Street just before 2 this morning. They found a 35-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the back. The victim was conscious when first responders transported him to the hospital. A suspect is still at large, though no description has been provided. No further details about the shooting were released. Some residents in Muscle County are under evacuation as firefighters battle a wildfire south of Roundup. The Lazy R fire started Sunday night and grew to between 650 and 800 acres today. There is 0% containment at this time, and approximately 25% has been lined by the dozer. The blaze has destroyed 1 primary structure and a hunting cabin. About 25 residents in homes along roads near the intersection of Bear Road and Elk Lane are under evacuation today. A Red Cross shelter at the Roundup Community Center is taking in evacuees. The fire is moving south away from the Johnny's Coal subdivision, but officials do warn winds could cause the fire to move fast. The public is being asked to stay away from that area to give fire crews the room to do their work and to prevent traffic problems. Fire officials quickly tackled a fire in a construction trailer at the Belgrade High School this morning. Construction employees working on a remodel of the high school noticed the fire coming from a small vent fan located near the corner of the trailer. The Central Valley Fire Department was able to distinguish the rest of the flames located within the walls. The Central Valley Fire Marshal says the cause of the fire was an exhaust fan that had poor ventilation that got overheated. Nobody was injured in the fire. The trailer and material inside sustained minimal damages. And 2 Helena area residents are homeless after a fire destroyed their mobile home this weekend. East Valley fire officials say flames could be seen shooting out of both sides of the trailer Saturday morning. Officials say the fire started on the deck of the house and burned for some time before it was reported by a neighbor. The 2 residents inside were able to escape without injury. Authorities believe a combination of high winds and charcoal left out on a barbecue overnight caused that fire. The incident, though, remains under investigation. This year's brutal fire season leaves many hunters in western Montana without their traditional hunting grounds. Rifle season for deer and elk began this weekend, but due to large fires that scorched thousands of acres of land, some public lands, trails, and roads are off limits to hunters. Hunters say the concentration of hunters in non-burned areas makes for crowded spaces.
We have to be way more careful about where we shoot, where we aim, how we do different things.
Shooting lanes.
Yeah.
We had to go to a few different areas because the areas that did get burned up and stuff, so we had to do a lot more scouting and stuff. But what we've noticed is there are areas that are huntable and stuff, it's getting hit pretty hard by more people because you're sort of limited now.
Hunters should check with FWP for closures and restrictions before heading out to hunt. This weekend's warm front caused some intense high winds in certain areas of Montana. High-profile vehicles were strongly urged to get off the interstate at Livingston on Sunday for safety reasons. The detour slowed traffic but prevented much bigger headaches and possible injuries for motorists along Interstate 90. And Ed, of course, will have more for you on those high winds when we get to weather. Funding for 2 nonprofits in Great Falls called into question over apparent conflicts of interest. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development has either denied or delayed funding for Paris Gibson Square Museum of Art and NeighborWorks Great Falls. Museum officials plan to use the $28,000 grant to renovate a bathroom for handicap accessibility in the building's lower level. And HUD requested more information from the city after NeighborWorks was previously approved for $82,000. In both cases, there's apparently a conflict of interest involving grant writers and leaders at the organizations. There is a chance NeighborWorks could still receive funding, but in any case, it will be delayed. Great Falls, Missoula, and Billings are the only 3 cities in Montana that receive the federal funds to help low to moderate income residents and address community development needs. Great Falls ranks the worst in Montana for municipal laws and policies regarding LGBTQ equality and protections. That's according to a newly released Human Rights Campaign Municipal Equality Index. Montana's 8 major cities were ranked on a scale of 0 to 100. Great Falls scored a 12, followed by Kalispell and Billings with 18 points. Missoula scored a perfect 100. One factor in why some cities scored so low is a lack of non-discrimination ordinances, which protect LGBTQ people in areas of employment and housing. The second major factor is there's no city-appointed liaison to protect LGBTQ people. Great Falls and Missoula are the only major Montana cities with an LGBTQ center. Before we get to break, construction on Montana Tech's new campus in Butte should be complete by the spring of 2019. Snowy weather on Friday sent people inside for Montana Tech's groundbreaking ceremony for its new campus. The Montana Tech Student Success and Living Center will be a 25,000 square foot facility with dorms and living areas where students can relax, socialize, and of course, study. Planning for the new campus began about 5 years ago. Still ahead on the noon news, Florida police on the manhunt for a potential serial killer in Tampa. We'll tell you what we know. But first, Ed has our weather forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching MTN News with Aja Goare. Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh and Farm and Ranch News.